Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Kanus U.S. lawyer drags Buhari. AGF Malami to U.S. Congress. Seeks heavy sanction. Kanus U.S. lawyer drags Buhari AGF Malami to U.S. Congress. Seeks heavy sanction. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The United States-based special counsel to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Brucefain, has petitioned the U.S. Senate and House of Representatives Committee Chairman, seeking sanctions against President Muhammadu Buhari and the Attorney General of the Nigeria, Abubakar Malami. Niger News gathered that Fain is seeking sanction for the duo for the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, despite an appeal court judgment ordering the release of the IPOB leader. The letter was captioned, Re Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act, recommending President Joe Biden to impose sanctions against Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari and Nigerian Attorney General Abubakar Malami for gross violations of internationally recognized human rights against Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu, including kidnapping, torture, and prolonged arbitrary detention, to retaliate for exercising internationally recognized rights to freedom of expression and association. The IPOB leader's lawyer asked the legislature to prevail on U.S. President Joe Biden to impose severe sanctions on Buhari and Malami for flouting both the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on arbitrary detention opinion and the Nigerian Appeal Court judgment ordering immediate release of Kanu. While likening Buhari and Malami to Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and Saudi Arabian Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman, the lawyer urged Congress not to allow them get away with their rascality and lawlessness. He addressed the letter to Robert Menendez, Chairman Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, Jim Risch, Ranking Member Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, and Richard Tobin, Senate Committee Chairman on the Judiciary. Others are Chuck Grassley, Ranking Member Senate Committee on the Judiciary, Pat Leahy, Senate Committee Chairman on Appropriations, Richard Shelby, Ranking Member, Senate Committee on Appropriations, and Honorable Sherrod Brown, House Committee Chairman on Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs. The letter was also addressed to Pat Tomey, Ranking Member, Senate Committee Chairman on Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs, Gregory Meeks, House Committee Chairman on Foreign Relations, among others. I represent Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu. Mr. Kanu has been illegally detained in solitary confinement in cramped quarters for 16 months without adequate access to needed medical care or to counsel by Nigerian state security services controlled by President Muhammadu Buhari and Attorney General Abubakar Malami. Mr. Kanus' detention followed his kidnapping, torture, and extraordinary rendition from Kenya in June 2021 to retaliate for advocating a Biafran independence referendum modeled on the United States brokered 2011 referendum for South Sudan. Mr. Kanu opposes the use of force with the sole exception of self-defense. On July 20, 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued an opinion finding Nnamdi Kanu's detention in violation of 16 international human rights guarantees. The opinion ordered his immediate and unconditional release. Opinion paragraph 107, see attachment A. President Buhari and Attorney General Malami have ignored the directive for nearly 3 months with no indication that compliance will ever be forthcoming. In January 2022, following the extraordinary rendition of Mr. Kanu, a Nigerian High Court judgment impliedly exonerated him from the Nigerian government's Orwellian claim that he had jumped bail in evading its notorious attempted assassination. On October 13, 2022, the Court of Appeal of Nigeria Abuja Judicial Division, holding at Abuja, decreed that Nigeria's detention of Mr. Kanu was illegal because of his extraordinary rendition from Kenya in violation of international and state laws. So my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what